Imagine, you are sitting next to a blazing campfire in a prehistoric village. A member of the tribe carefully picks up a simple flute made from an animal bone and begins to play strange melodies into the pitch-black night. The sound of the wind whistling through the canopy perfectly blends with the deep, echoing howl of the flute, making everyone around suddenly fall silent and listen in sheer fascination. Today, music is present in every corner of our lives. You wear headphones walking down the street, scroll through your phone with countless songs, or immerse yourself in epic movie soundtracks. Most of us usually just consider music to be a simple tool for entertainment and relaxation. However, in the incredibly distant past, creating music was an extremely complex technical challenge. Ancient people had to grind and shape tough pieces of bone, seashells, or rough tree trunks to create sound. This painstaking investment implies that, for our ancestors, music carried a vital meaning of survival, rather than merely being a pastime. So, exactly why did humans invent music? Did we create these melodies just because we wanted to have fun, or is there a much deeper evolutionary purpose hidden behind them? Before we go looking for the answer, make sure you watch this video until the very end, because the truth about what music is silently manipulating inside your brain will definitely leave you utterly amazed. Try to think about it. What would happen if humanity never knew about music? First, community bonding would be shattered. If our ancestors did not learn how to sing and dance together, tribes would be fragmented and lack trust. This lack of unity could lead to disastrous failures in collective hunts or when defending against enemies. Second, stress would suffocate the mind. With no melodies to soothe them, humans would always live in extreme anxiety, having no rituals to relieve their fear of the ruthless power of nature. And third, raising the next generation would become a nightmare. Without lullabies, infants would cry endlessly, adding a terrifying amount of pressure onto the nervous systems of parents. Archaeologists and psychologists have spent decades decoding this mystery. The first piece of evidence, and also one of the most shocking discoveries, is located at the Hohlefels cave in Germany. Here, they excavated flutes made from bird bones and mammoth ivory, dating back up to 40,000 years. The fact that primitive humans possessed the ability to craft sophisticated musical instruments with precise finger holes proves that music was a highly valuable skill, helping them tighten their social bonds during long, cold nights. The second piece of evidence comes from modern psychological experiments. One study asked participants to walk in rhythm or sing in a chorus together. The results indicated that people who perform synchronized actions to a musical rhythm tend to be much more willing to share resources and show higher mutual trust compared to groups without music. This reveals a massive social function of music, which is the glue that binds strange individuals into a strong, united collective. The third piece of evidence relates to survival and mate selection. According to the theory of scientist Charles Darwin, similar to the song of a bird, music could be a form of display to seduce a mate. When a primitive man created complex and captivating rhythms, he was implicitly proving to the tribe, especially the women, that he possessed a sharp mind and an incredibly healthy body. Music, therefore, became a sharp evolutionary weapon in the race to maintain the species. And the fourth piece of evidence, which is incredibly touching, comes from lullabies. A study in the year 2020 discovered that infants tend to lower their heart rates and dilate their pupils, which are signs of deep relaxation, even when they listen to lullabies in a foreign language that they completely do not understand. This proves that a peaceful reaction to slow melodies is an innate biological instinct. Since ancient times, our ancestors knew how to use soft lyrics to soothe young children, keeping them well-behaved and silent, an absolutely essential survival skill to avoid attracting wild beasts. At this point, an incredibly interesting truth is revealed. Many people used to think that music was just a harmless byproduct of the brain, an auditory ornament that brought no clear survival benefits. However, when looking at the peace of a newborn baby listening to a completely foreign melody, or the frenzy of a tribe dancing around a fire, we realize that music is a biological instinct that is much stronger and deeper than we ever thought. It is not just for entertainment, it is an evolutionary mandate. Let us look deeper into the working mechanism of the brain. When humans sing together or simply tap their feet to a song, the nervous system immediately releases oxytocin, the hormone of bonding and affection. At the same time, when you correctly predict a playing melody, the brain rewards you with a dose of dopamine, creating a feeling of extreme euphoria. That is why you sometimes get goosebumps when listening to the chorus of your favorite song. Music and language share a processing network in the brain, but music is freer, overcoming all word barriers to touch straight into the central core of emotions. The ability to catch the beat and immerse oneself in music is an innate gift pre-programmed into our genes. All of these things prove that music is exactly one of the most wonderful characteristics to define what it means to be human. Unlike all other animals, we created an incredibly complex auditory art, not just to communicate, but to strengthen the most sacred relationships. Music reminds us that, even as independent individuals, we always deeply desire to merge into a collective. It brings us courage, comfort, and an invisible connecting thread across endless generations. And today, we still carry within us that primitive musical mold. Every culture in the world uses music to mark the most important moments of a human life, from birth to falling in love to mournful rituals. When tens of thousands of people bounce and sing aloud together at a live concert, or when you share a playlist with someone you love, you are actually recreating the exact same community bonding mechanism that our ancestors performed around the campfire 40,000 years ago. Every single melody that rings out is an echo from the past, reminding us that one of the most beautiful and greatest acts in the natural world, perhaps, is simply singing a song together. Thank you for exploring the deep mysteries of humanity with Origin North today. To help you dive deeper, all the scientific studies and archaeological records mentioned in this video are linked right down in the description. If you found this video interesting, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so we can uncover more fascinating mysteries of humanity together. Until next time, stay curious.